In this video, we're going to be covering another interview question. The original question had a long story. Like they're going to be asking you that Amazon Video has something like they are creating the movies and then they want some clips out of that. So tell us the length of the clips. But basically, it boils down to this problem statement that uh, you have been given the input to the function or the method consists of an argument input list. So we have an input list, right? Okay, and this is a list of characters representing the sequence of shots. So an example would be A B A B C, A B A B C, and then B A C A D E, A C A D E F E G D E H K I, maybe L I, and then J. It needs to be long enough to make some sense. So we can't actually make an example of out of a short uh, like array of characters. The output is gonna be we have to return a list of integers representing the length of each scene in the order in which it appears in the given sequence of shots. So the output is basically gonna be equal to 9 7 sorry 9 7 and 8. What is going on here is like the A started here and this first scenes keeps going up to the 9 characters, and whatever you see in this first shot, any of the characters which is A B C doesn't appear after that. The second shot begins here and it keeps going up to 7 characters which is here. So the second shot, whatever you see in here does not occur before it and after it. The last shot just comes here, Lij Hij I didn't write any of that. Ij H I J H H I J H K L I J. So yes, that makes it 8. So any of the the characters in this one doesn't appear before them. Okay, now the approach to solve this problem is going to be that we need to find out the last occurrences of every character. So I'm going to make the example short here: A B C A and then G H G. We know that they're going to be divided here. So in the first loop, we want to know when was it last occurred. So when the I is here, it occurred at 0th index. I is here, new character, we're gonna say the last one is here. When I is here, you're gonna say that C occurred, last occurrence is at index 2. It's a new one, It's the old one, the A. We're gonna update that by 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now when the I is here, we're gonna say it's a new character. So we're gonna indicate, we're gonna put the new index in there. Then the I is here. We're gonna say that H is a new character and this is 5. And then this is the old character, so we're gonna just update it over here. Once we have this thing, this map, all we need to do is to actually go through this A, B, C, A, G, H, G one more time. So whenever I is here, we know that this is the last occurrence of that character, right? So once we have that last occurrence of the last value, right, uh, right, occurrence of the last value, we know that basically the point where we want to make a decision is this I becomes equal to the last occurrence of that element. So I right now is 0, and the last occurrence is, let's just call it last occurrence of this A is 3. So they are not equal. So we don't want to do anything, right? The only thing we want to do is like increment an element called like the size, the current size, right? So just call it current size is gonna get incremented. So once the I moves here, it's gonna become equals to 1. Okay, then when the I is here, I is equal to 1. The last occurrence of B is also 1. But we don't want to update our last occurrence. Why? Because we want to keep the maximum. So when the last occurrence was set to 3, we want to say, is 3 bigger than the 1? Which one is bigger, 3 or 1? So it's gonna stay 3. So is I, when the I is equal to 1, and the last occurrence will stay 3, because the last occurrence is equal to the maximum of the last occurrence, and the like the value from that map of last occurrence. It will make sense once we write the code, but for now, okay. And this is gonna become equal to 2. When the I is gonna move here, our I is equal to 2. Last occurrence is gonna still, it says 2, but we want to choose between 2 and the 3, so it's gonna be 3. So they are not equal, so we are just gonna increment that and move forward. Now the I is equal to 3, and the last occurrence is gonna be equal to 3 as over here. Because they are equal, we're gonna make a decision here. We're gonna save, we're gonna increment it, right? And then we're gonna say that this is where we this is the first value of the, this is the value of the first shot. We want to set it, once we save it into our answers, we want to set it to 0 again, increment that, right? And keep doing the same thing again. So that would be basically the pseudo code. I'm gonna start writing the code here. Okay, let's call it that we're gonna be returning a list of integer. Let's call our function length each scene, and it takes list of characters of input list. Okay, once you have that, we're gonna initiate our map. We're gonna call it last occurrence, which is gonna be equal to new hash map. Okay, now the first thing is we want to fill up the hash map of this the last occurrence hash map, which is basically for int I equals to 0, I is less than input list dot length, sorry, input list dot size I plus plus. Okay, and we're gonna update our last occurrence dot put input list dot get I is gonna be that index. Okay, once we have filled it up, we're gonna set two variables, the current size equals to 0 and the current last, which is gonna be the basically the occurrence current last is gonna be equal to 0 at the beginning. Then we're gonna have a list of integer called result. It is equal to new array list, right? Okay, and then our second for loop is gonna be equal to for int I, again the 0 I is less than input list dot size I plus plus. Okay, so the first thing is that we wanna update that last value. We wanna actually make use of this. We're gonna record this last occurrence from our map occurrence dot get input list of that dot get of I. So this is gonna give us the last value, right? Then we're gonna say that the current last is gonna become equal to current last is gonna be equal to last value most of the time, but we need to take the math.max between current last and the last value. Once we have that, our current size is gonna get incremented by 1 every single time, and we said we're gonna make the decision when the I becomes equal to current last. And when that happens, we're gonna add that current size to the result, and also want to make our current size equals to 0. That would be it. End of this for loop, we're gonna be returning the result. That is it. In terms of the time complexity and the space complexity, the time complexity is we are linearly going. I'm just gonna bring my mouse back. In terms of the time complexity, we're gonna do is like it's the linear time. The reason being is like we are going through the input list twice linearly, right? And in terms of the space complexity, it's gonna be again O of n. This is because we have this map which keeps a record of the last occurrences of all the characters. That would be it. That's all I wanted to cover. Thanks for watching.